is a desk, right, facing down stage center. A sign on the desk, Soul Search.
Thank you very much for participating in our soul search. Very interesting concept, your idea of preserving the traditional arts. We'll be in touch. The traditional arts is our main storehouse of soul. Over a dozen people now, and not one of them has anything that will help me in the soul search. And today is the last day. Paul may be right after all. I shouldn't have staked my career on this silly soul search. What did the minister say? Operate as if your job depends on it. And now he has gone to tell the press about the search, and everyone is expecting something. What will he say if I have nothing to show at the end of all this? Okay, next contestant, please come in.
Aban and Sean rush in. Aban is typical residence committee engineer type. Sean is a fighter for the arts.
I was here first.
No, the nerve of it. I was here first.
No, I was.
No, you weren't. I was, and don't touch me.
I wasn't touching you.
Stop it! Give way, please!
Aban and Sean come in, step aside just by the door to give way. Madame Soul enters from door left. She is very large and voluptuous. She is dressed to kill. Red micro mini and sheer black stockings with butterfly motifs are similar. Her work has taught her to treat men like customers, that is, like small children out for treats who should be teased or sometimes put in their places. She must be sophisticated rather than like a tie-tie. Think of her as a sexy philosophy dropout with marketing savvy and charisma.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm afraid to inform you both that I was here first.
But
No buts! Never contradict a lady.
She goes out again and enters again in a few moments. This time, her bum comes in first, wriggling as she strains to pull in something. Aban, Sean, and Derek stare at her rear.
Well, what are you two staring like that for? Can't you see when a lady needs some help?
Aban and, less willingly, Sean go pull in a huge man-sized box and put it downstage in the middle.
Careful! Don't let it fall over. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, I'm here to make a presentation.
But we came first.
yes,
A lady is always first, even if she's last. A lady is exempted from queuing for ticket numbers. You are presumably the gentleman in charge?
Yes.
So, you decide.
Actually, I meant to interview you all three separately, but I don't see any harm in doing you together. I mean, separately, but together in the same room. Is that all right with everybody?
Fine by me.
me too. I
But
suppose.
only if I get to go first. You see, it's almost 4 p.m. and I have to go back because my shop will be opening soon.
Gentlemen?
Well, if she's in a hurry.
All right then.
Now, you all know why you are here. This is the problem. Soul is in such short supply in our sorry state that we can't even recognize what it is anymore. This is why, as a representative of the government, I have been charged with searching for the soul lady. But the term is only used for convenience because you could actually be a soul guy or a soul man or soul knight. We haven't quite decided which term to use yet. Madam, the floor is yours.
My name is Madam So, S-O-H. I run a house. You see, I was in the control room the other day, the control room in my house, where I can watch all the girls at work through the closed circuit TV.
Oh my god, she's a...
I didn't realize she was that kind of lady.
As I was saying, I was in the control room when one of my girls came in and showed me the newspaper and said, "Look, they are wanting some soul in the country." And I said, "So, we've got plenty here."
Come on, hear her out.
I know about soul. I have been in this line long enough. You know what soul is? Soul's like when your whole body is tensed up and every muscle is alive and taut and ready to snap. And then you ride the wave which goes higher and higher and higher and higher, and then it goes faster and faster and faster. You're ready. Ready for anything. It's getting faster, faster, and higher, and you cannot take any more, and you scream, ah, 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 ah. And then, your mind just blows away. You collapse into a heap. It feels like the second is coming. Ah, ah. After that, you feel your body completely drained. You want to wait for happiness. That, sir, is my idea of soul. Did I make myself clear?
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Would you mind not invoking him, and would you mind not instructing me? I am not talking to you. So how, Mr. Civil Servant? You understand what I mean?
I think so. And you think that your
House.
house is the solution to the nation's problem?
Yes, if your people want soul, I can provide it.
You want everyone to be a
Patron.
patron of your house.
Oh, no. My house is only just that big. You know, if we get to give soul to everybody in the nation, and even if the girls cut their 1 day off a week and 2 weeks a year holiday, and even if they work faster, which is not very likely because it isn't all that easy to work up some soul, it would kind of like take 40 years to give soul to everyone. And even then, it's only once in a lifetime for every man. So that's where the ultimate S machine comes in.
The ultimate ass machine.
The ultimate S machine.
The ultimate S machine?
Yes, the ultimate S machine. It is what my girls and I came up with after we put our heads together last weekend.
She presses a button on the box. The sides of the box fall down dramatically to reveal a latex doll.
Gentlemen, the ultimate S machine makes to bring you soul in the comfort of your home with a whole range of attractive features. Protuberances, orifices, rings and bands and brushes and wires, cups and bums. It's soft and pliable and made from non-allergic natural Malaysian rubber. Electrically heated with auto switch to 230 volts to 110 volts. It comes in male, female or androgynous versions with a 30% discount during the introductory period, guaranteed 2 years parts and services. Write in for export price or bulk purchase, Visa and American Express accepted. Would you like to test it?
No, I don't think so. I can already imagine its possibilities from your description.
But why leave it to the imagination when you can have the real thing? We can loan you a review copy for 2 weeks, as long as you don't get it dirty, that is. Of course, this is only a prototype. Still delivers shocks at the wrong places sometimes. Huh? Maybe that's an idea. Introduce an element of randomness into it. So, how about it?
No, thank you. I still don't understand what you intend to do with this machine.
Not this machine, not any old machine. It's the ultimate S machine. We intend to market it, work together with the government, and give our know-how to it, for a small cut, of course. Call it licensing fee, if you will. It will be a model of the private sector and the government working together to benefit the country. We hope that every home has one in the future. We hope also to work with the Japanese to miniaturize it. We've already got our marketing slogan for the portable version. Don't leave home without it. We might even export it. It will be the Walkman of the nation. We'll call it the Wankman.
This is not soul, this is sex. She's a slut.
I think he's getting the idea finally.
Would you, for the very last time, stop interrupting me?
I will interrupt whoever I want and whenever I want.
The minister enters door left, walks across the stage without a word. He sees Madame Sol and gives Aban a good solid slap across the face that sends him flying. He knows what has happened. He walks out door right. Derek tries to speak to him, but he has left.
Your mother should have taught you not to shout at a lady and never call a lady a slut.
Not when her size anyway.
Besides which, he's the one who makes the decision here.
If he makes the wrong decision, we'll head down the road to perdition.
And you have a better idea?
Yes, and a cleaner one too.
Okay, let's us hear your proposal. If that's all right with you.
Might as well.
I'm a Ban, as I've said, I am an engineer.
Looks like you are also in the nuts and screws line too, like me.
Madam So, please continue.
I believe in ideas.
Ideas.
Looks like we have a liberal here.
Yes, ideas are what give a nation soul. Soul, in other words, resides in the head.
My bet is it is about a meter lower.
No, the mind is what makes us human. We have to learn ceaselessly.
Life is not a classroom.
We must have ideas.
Why?
So that we can have debate.
Why?
So that we can have a better country.
Why?
So that the people are happy.
People don't want to be happy.
What?
Yes, they want to suffer, they want to hurt, they want to cry. They don't want to be happy. That's why they fall in love. They desire, they lust. They'd rather have erections than elections. Go to bed than to vote.
Madam So, please.
I'm sorry.
These ideas you talk about, Alban, can you give me some examples?
Shared values, respect to your elders, community above self.
Why don't you add flush your toilet?
Freedom of a ball?
Wait a minute, I didn't say that.
What do you mean? Isn't freedom the best idea of all?
Yes, if it's tempered by a little censorship.
But isn't censorship the antithesis of liberalism?
Who cares about liberalism?
You just admitted you were a liberal.
It's just a name, but it's a fashionable one.
So no freedom of the press then.
The press has absolute freedom to do anything it wants, as long as it is responsible to the society it serves.
No satellite television?
The state television already provides more than anyone can possibly consume.
No. Playboy, playgirl.
Titillation of any parts below the brain is dangerous.
Then how can you possibly say you believe in ideas?
I believe in good ideas.
Yes, that is very well. But the question for us here is how can it give the country soul?
Have any of you ever been to China? Cuba? The communist countries are the best examples of how ideas can give soul. Imagine China in the 1950s. The nation is backwards. Many things have to be done. The ideal man is yet to be created. That's because no one knows how before, but now we have the formula. Professor to peasant, teacher to tiller, artist to artisan. Everyone has a part to play. Everyone has a duty to himself, family, and state. We can make ourselves great. We only need to try, to give, to believe. Women thrust their bosoms forward.
You're beginning to
Men
talk.
gird their loins.
Yes, get ready the balls.
Children wave their flags and chant the slogans. Let's march forward and forward and forward. There's a stirring in the heart. Let the drums beat forward, forward. The present is bleak, but the future is great. Beat the drums forward, one step after the other. Today it rains, but tomorrow the sun will shine. Let the drums beat. The heart fills and expands. If that is not soul, I don't know what is.
You're a commie.
Watch what you call me. Names can be dangerous in this
He's
country.
not a commie. He's a bore.
Besides, communism is dead. What I believe in is something completely different, which means everything's the same except we check out the idea of to each his own. In my system, everyone has a part to play. That stays as before, but we'll pay them according to which part they play. Now we have a new and improved formula. Professor gets more than peasant. Teacher than tiller, artist than artisan. Although at the moment we're having a little bit of trouble with that last part.
You can say that again.
We only need to believe in progress. Women, thrust your bosoms forward. Men, gird your loins. Children, wave your flags and chant the slogans. But let's not be so blatant about it. Do it stylishly, quietly even. Let's march forward and forward and forward, but let's wear boots with gunny side soles so that we don't make too much of a noise. We don't want to come across as too ching-chong.
And the role of the arts in all of this?
Oh God! First he talks about ideas, now you bring up the arts?
Oh, such a stirring role. The arts will play the music that the nation marches to. 100 flowers will bloom.
You will let 100 flowers bloom.
Well, I know a place where plenty of dainty and blushing butts bloom. The address is just off Geylang Road.
Of course. 100 flowers, 1,000 flowers, 1,000,000 trillion zillion flowers. But they must all be the same flower. Dandelions, preferably, they're my favorite. Field upon field, great swaying field of identical, nodding, and agreeing dandelions. Let the arts bloom by all means. They can talk about anything as long as they don't talk about sex, religion, or politics. If they talk of sex, we'll emasculate them. If they talk about religion, we'll stake them. If they talk about politics, we'll see whether they evade income tax.
Art restricted wouldn't be art at all.
But it will be popular. Take the state television serials as an example. Drama without sex, religion, or politics. They're all lapping it up.
The arts will die out. And I believe that the soul of a country is in the arts.
And is that your position?
Yes. The only way forward is to let things have a free run.
Looking at you and you, I couldn't think of two ways of being wrong which are more different from one another. Obviously, there is more than one road towards eternal ennui.
It's better than your decadent and depraved way anyway.
Excuse me, mister, could I have a quiet word with you, please? I just want to explain the situation in simpler terms to him. Come on, I won't swallow you.
Madame Sol drags Aban behind the screen. Screams of pain mingled with pleasure from Aban are heard. Together with panting, Madame Sol emerges. Screams stop.
I think I need some help.
It's still alright.
Oh, some parts seem rather underused.
This is a government office, you understand? We are not allowed to enjoy ourselves here.
The minister enters, door right, observes the following, shaking his head as he looks at Derek. Madame Sol goes behind the screen with doll. Aban screams again, this time more heightened. There are more pants, but this time at an even higher, ear-piercing intensity. Silence. After an interval, Aban staggers out. He is completely frazzled, eyes rolling, hair and clothes out of place, with lipstick on his face. Derek tries to speak to the minister, but he exits, door left. Several seconds later, Madame Sol emerges, dragging her doll, which she places in the middle of the stage. She takes out her compact and preens herself.
Thank you for that. This is my name card. Can I have yours, please?
Thank you. I don't have any name card. My girls all have a certificate for their health and at least 2 A-level passes. My clientele is built up entirely from word of mouth. The regulars keep on coming and coming, and if you want to look me up, it's Lorong 6, Seoul Station. If you want to look me up, there's a red light hanging outside. We close on Mondays. Tuesday nights are best because it is the least crowded. But we are not in the yellow pages. The reason is we don't officially exist. That is, officially we only exist unofficially. But if you consider it unofficially, we exist officially but only unofficially. So, of course, we hope that when the ultimate S machine goes into general use, we will be able to officially exist. You two can come too.
Well now, seems we have covered all the ground. Thank you so much for coming. We'll get back to you soon.
You're most welcome, and remember, give us a call. Whenever. Oh, could you give a lady a hand, please?
If you didn't drive, I can even give you a lift.
Aban and Madame Sol each take one end of the doll and exit.
Goodbye, thank you. We will be in touch. Before you go,
Yes?
I know you are for the arts, but what exactly is your argument?
That you people should do yourself out of a job.
I presume you do not mean that literally.
No. Not in the sense that you as an individual should break your rice bowl, but the general class to which you belong to, the mandarins of society. For thousands of years, prophets, priests, politicians, civil servants, and Puritans have called every event which saw the loosening up of society dangerous. It will be the doom of us, they say, but they have always underestimated the resilience of society. Society has always survived. In fact, it has gotten better. The only good mandarins were those growing on trees.
If we let things loose, there will be anarchy. Imagine all the base things that people will want, will produce, and will follow in.
There is no good without the bad. Look, art comes from beauty as much as filth. It's about pain as much as joy, lust as much as love.
So you will let Madame So have her way.
Yes, and her machine too.
But look at all the pornography and the inane television in the West. That is not art.
But they have their pinta.
Yes, but why can't we have our pinter and skip the rest?
Because art and soul do not come in bottles that you can pick off of the supermarket shelf. Art has never been a product of a presidential decree or a bylaw. They don't emanate from offices in the ministries. The more you try to tell art what to do, the more it makes itself into something that mocks you. Look at the totalitarian states. The best art there is subversive.
And Alba, you think it's all right to have him running around?
He does no harm. He has a passion.
I don't know.
Look, do you consider yourself capable of judging what is valuable and what is not?
Of course.
And do you think that I consider myself capable of being such a judge too?
I suppose so.
Now, do you not think that everyone in this nation considers himself similarly capable?
Yes.
So then why do you consider yourself a better judge than all the other people? Your education? I doubt so, because a BA is no guarantee against bad judgment or immorality.
It's an MPA actually, London U.
Whatever paper you possess. Your presumption of superiority is based on no solid grounds.
I don't know.
If that is so, give people the benefit of the doubt.
The Government Committee for Soul and Survival would like to congratulate you on your successful appointment in the upcoming project, the S Machine. Do you agree to take this project as your final mission in life, to love and honor Singapore, and to keep the soul alive for as long as you shall live?
Yes,
You understand that the government is not responsible for any loss of life caused by your participation. By signing this contract, you acknowledge that you are legally bound to ensure that the soul of Singapore can be restored in its entirety when Singapore is safe to live post-radiation. So, do you agree?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you've all made it here safely. The radiation disaster is really a deadly one. I'm Joanne Lee. Most people will know me for my stellar portfolio as the Minister of Social and Family Development and Second Minister of Education. So I assume you have all done your homework and read the brief?
Yes.
So you all know that your role is to provide ideas for the AI, the S Machine, to develop the soul of Singapore?
Yes.
And you all know that this AI will be passed on to future generations in the next 200 years so that we can make Singapore great again.
Yes.
We all know this already. Stop nagging.
Miss Tan Wei Ting, I do not appreciate that tone. You're the project engineer, shouldn't you support me a little?
Sorry, cheerleading is not part of my job description.
So, I guess we're all aware that we'll be here for the next 10 days because that's how long our oxygen will last. Just remember that you must never open the main door. Unless you want to experience acute radiation syndrome, which is definitely more painful than our shedding test hypoxia. It'll sound something like this.
Wow, I didn't realize you were a natural. Not every minister I meet is so good at that, you know.
Please focus at the task at hand. Anyway, this is our workspace. We have a strict no phone policy, partly because Singtel is down until further notice. Alright, so who wants to start talking about soul? Anyone else? Oh great, our first volunteer.
Alright, queens and others. My name is Ruru and I come from a house like every one of you here. But my house is a bit different. It's a bit more fun, a bit more accepting, and a lot more officially unofficial.
What house? Kampong ah? Airbnb?
Get to the point, please.
Do not interrupt me, Minister. Excuse me. Kampong Airbnb doesn't matter. It's a house for girls and others on the fringes like me. Sex, drugs, drinks, drug, anything, also 10. That's what my mama always says. People don't just want to be happy. They want to give in to their deepest, darkest desires.
So you're that kind of girl. How did this get to our selection algorithm?
What kind of girl? Learn lots of soul for the future country. Open to all.
You mean open to all crime? Open to protest and mass destruction? If we don't have regulations, it's going to turn into chaos. Look at all the awful vipers.
Yeah, but look at what happens when you regulate too much. People become robots who only know how to do steps 1, 2, and 3 just because the government tells them to. No. We need a complete system makeover to have a clean base so that everyone can know how to be humans again and just feel.
Okay, so you want to legalize Pornhub and add in more speakers' corners?
Yes, all of that. But also, we need to accept and celebrate.
That's enough time for today. Uncle, it's your turn.
To preserve the soul, we must first preserve our heritage. The ice cream carts, kampongs, Bukit Brown Cemetery, Kueh,
Uncle.
Malayan.
I need to cut you off right there. We're preserving souls, not icons.
Yes, but the soul lies in these icons.
I understand some of them, but why does soul lie in Bukit Brown Cemetery?
Bukit Brown Cemetery, a lot of soul. My dead wife resides there. Dead spirits, lots of soul. Our soul comes from the past and the dead. Future generations need to understand where we come from, our spirits behind them. And when we die, we will also contribute to that lineage.
That's more like it. How can future Singaporeans rebuild Singapore without knowing our history? They need to know about our politics, our government, and our separation from Malaysia.
Yes, separation from Malaysia. I remember that like yesterday.
Okay. You over there, just throw in the entire social studies textbook, yeah?
If we all can't come to an agreement, maybe we should just let Singapore crash and burn. Start from a blank slate.
This time waiting, this is the second time I have to address that tone of yours today. If we put nothing, then what's the point of this project? I refuse to believe that you think Singapore has no soul.
Well, I suppose the art scene does make life in Singapore a little more bearable.
I guess that works. Like Chingy, NDP, and the LKY musical. Arts that stir up national pride. Okay, fine, you can put that in.
Okay, fine. Just government sanction the arts in the future too, Lightning strike it even, honey.
No worries, Miss Ruru. We are indoors. Where got lightning? Anyway, Miss Minister, what about you?
So lies in the order of the current Singapore. For example, I think we should preserve our education system. We're one of the best. We need to make sure that our people are well educated, hardworking, and competitive. How else would we have gone from third world country to first?
Oh, so you just want to be seriously suffocating, seriously close-minded.
I prefer seriously united and seriously disciplined.
I think we can be all four at the same time.
No, uncle, you're not helping. And you, babe, you're stuck in some seriously deluded world. Okay, at this point, let us just recite the pledge and sing Marikita together.
It's a tried and tested formula. Without the government, there'll be no backbone of Singapore. Show us some respect.
You want respect? Stop waving your politician status in our faces. You are not a minister anymore. There is no more government. There is no more Singapore.
Miss Minister, Miss Ruru. No, I mean Miss Joanne. You okay or not?
Who does she think she is? I don't understand why she can't recognize that the government has been the driving force of Singapore's progress.
Did you see how that delusional bitch didn't even let any of us get a single word in?
How is preserving all our work possibly a bad thing? And saying all that about no government, no Singapore? How dare she?
Miss Minister, look outside. Where the government? Miss Ruru, right? We are all that's left of Singapore.
I get that. But what matters now is that we are building a government for the future. That's a very heavy responsibility on all of us, so I need her to take this seriously. All her ideas will just destroy Singapore's social fabric.
You know, you remind me very much of my own daughter. So strong, so capable, but so stubborn.
I stick to my values. How else will I make the men in parliament listen to me?
But so stubborn, cannot even see the government fault.
No government is perfect.
We can't please everyone if we want to progress.
They've already taken so much from us in the name of progress, and they still want to take more from us in the future. I mean, maybe not you, but people like me.
Yes, progress. Look at the old National Library building. People used to hang out there. My lao po and I used to sell ice cream to them. Those were the good old days. Now, library gone. Memory gone. All for more roads.
They've already taken places like Beauty World and Waterloo Street, the most carnal and human parts in Singapore. I'm very lucky to have Madam So. She took me in when I was kicked out and told me to call her my mama.
Look at us ice cream uncles. Government trying to phase us out. Now, no more license. Cannot even give my own children. Life cannot just be a series of losses, you know.
If it wasn't for Madam So keeping us officially unofficial, this government would have already found us, hunted us down, and snuffed us out. No one else would have allowed me to express myself as I am.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. The government did that to help Singapore. Sacrifices need to be made for the greater good of everyone. Believe me, I know.
Yes, sacrifice. But at some point, we need to stand these losses. My wife had to lose her grave for the greater good.
Something needs to give for our future. Just look at where we are now. Anyway, that was for urban planning.
And why must everything be so systematic, so orderly?
We were so lost back then, we needed order. Meritocracy has given people so many opportunities. It has given them an education. It has given them a living.
Meritocracy only benefits those who are privileged to begin with.
I beg to differ. There are people who come from underprivileged backgrounds and still succeed. People like me were never allowed to succeed. Not here, not anywhere else.
This whole world runs on discrimination, even in the most liberal countries.
So you just want an escape from all of that?
No! I just want to create a more accepting society, and the only way we can do that now is with a blank slate. I mean, you get me, right?
Oh, I guess.
Come on, it's your turn. Who hurt you?
Life.
No! Come on, spill. I promise I won't tell a soul.
Everything is meaningless. What's the point of trying so hard?
But you're here trying to make the AI now.
Just a mess of contradictions, aren't I? Guess that's what happens when you follow the solid path that crumbles underneath your feet. You know, I used to think that a path will lead to something, light at the end of the tunnel. Even now, I sometimes find myself hoping. It's ridiculous.
We have a poet in the house. Hey, you should be a writer. You'll be famous on Wattpad, you know.
Yeah, and follow an even shakier path that leads to a make-believe utopia. No thanks, I'm done buying into the idealism. For every Tan Tan Hao, there's a Wu Yue Qi.
Who the hell is Yes?
Exactly. Well, I can't completely discredit the arts. When it fills in for therapists, I can't afford with my retrenchment.
Well, I can be your free therapist for now.
No need. I think the arts work better for me. It's much more genuine than humans.
Okay. I don't usually offer my services for free anyway. Since the arts have seen you through some tough times, why don't you include your ideas for it in the AI?
You've seen how the minister reacted.
Yeah, but you're the one writing the AI. You hold all the cards.
That's true.
Okay. Time waiting, repeat after me. There is no more government.
Shh, it'd be a pain if she hears you.
Who cares? There is no more government.
stop it? And Miss Minister, must you keep pacing around? Oh, my headache.
What's that old people smell? Uncle, you know the ventilation here is damn bad, right? Your smell will be stuck here for the next 7 days. Can't believe I'll be smelling this for the rest of my life. Ruru, I thought I told you to stop. Wasn't me.
Hantu!
No, it's impossible. There's no one outside.
Oh my god, die liao. Guanina, Vishnu, Allah, Jesus Christ, please forgive me. Lao Po, I'm coming!
Why don't we just open the door and find out?
Isn't that so simple?
No,
Are you crazy? If we open the door, the radiation might sit in.
don't let the Hantu in. We must cleanse this area of evil spirits. You die, I die, everyone died. Singapore soul, gone. Our soul, also gone.
Ugh, can't take this shit anymore. Let's just get this over with. Minister, what's the password?
No way, I'm telling you, we're not opening the door.
Fine, we'll just do this the hard way. Let's try this. PASSWORD.
Hello.
This is no Hantu. This one, human.
Who are you? Why are you still here? My name is Antia Garcia. I've been looking for someone all this time. My surname already left. They took my passport, so I have nowhere else to go. How did you find us?
Stop interrogating her. Can't you see she's already exhausted?
She might compromise our project. The resources are scarce even for us, let alone an extra head.
She is a human. She is alive.
Please let me stay.
If she stays, our oxygen will last us for 4 more days instead of the expected 7. That's still enough to finish AI.
Are we sacrificing our humanity just for 3 extra days?
The more days we have, the better. She's already exposed to radiation. Why does her life matter? What if she's contagious? Do you not care about your own lives?
Not really.
Okay, fine. Since we're a democratic society, let's vote. Who votes for her to be gone? Raise your hand. Okay, never mind. Since I'm the minister, I have the final say. And dear, please leave. But I cannot just wait. I took so long.
Uncle Tarn, what have you done? You've killed us all!
Wake up! Everyone dies. Not everyone dies human.
Die? But I didn't come all the way here just to die. Please let me call someone to get me out. I can call my man, my son. I still remember that I was by heart.
It's no use. There's no signal here.
I had a perfect timeline. We had 7 days. 7. And now you tell me we only have 4. If the AI fails, I'm going to be a failure, not a savior of Singapore.
Oh, you and your shitty little savior complex. Everyone shut up! We need to work together. We don't have enough time.
No time left. No time left.
Well, I'm not working with Miss Murderer out here. She just had to leave someone to die.
Everyone, time out. Relax. Deep breaths. Deep
No,
breaths.
no deep breaths. We don't have enough oxygen. Stop breathing so much. You'll shut in our time.
Who cares about oxygen? We're going to die.
We would have enough time if we just get our act together. Oh, but we don't get our act together. It's not suffocating us so much. Time's up, room.
Goodbye, you radical piece of shit.
No one really cared anyway. Oh, you bastard! Minister, you love order so much, right? Well, goodbye, order. You fucking bitch!
There's no way allowed to
Everyone, stop. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2. Why is no one listening?
Well, that's what it's gonna be. If I can't have my ideas, maybe no one can. That's your project. No! Undo! Would you all stop acting like fucking children? I know of hamsters that have more maturity in their 2-year lifespans.
than you grown-ass adults combined. We've been slaving away at this for the past 3 days, and now you want to throw it all away in a moment of insanity. It's funny how I thought something could come out of this project. What a fucking joke! It's even taking away whatever comfort death was supposed to give me. Get your heads out of your selfish asses and stop making my wretched existence worse than it already is! Can't deal with you all right now. I'm going to bed. Should sleep too. With a conscience, sleep forever.
Wait, what?
If you're not going to say anything, I'm leaving.
I'm sorry for the mess I made. I know this whole thing means a lot to you.
Forget it. It's technically not your fault.
Maybe I should have just found another way to leave Singapore.
We can't change that now. You know, I was genuinely concerned about you staying. I had to step out during a time of instability, even if it was against my morals.
It's okay. I know you're very stressed.
Since you're here now, I just want to let you know that we'll be dying of hypoxia. Don't worry, it'll be painless.
I guess that's better than dying by radiation outside. I'm glad I haven't developed cutaneous radiation syndrome yet.
How did you know that?
I studied medicine for a while before I came to Singapore.
Oh, med school. That's rare. So, how did you end up working in Singapore?
My parents couldn't pay for my university, and they needed me to work so that my brothers could go to school.
I guess the daughters always have to sacrifice for the sons. You all have big families, right? Filipino?
Yeah. 4 brothers. All of us live under the same roof. It was chaos all the time. I was so close to finishing my contract and going home. But now, I can't even call them to say goodbye. So, I assume you're close? I haven't seen them in 16 years. But I always FaceTime them, and it makes me feel better. I wish I could say the same.
It gets boring at home. But oddly, your presence is comforting. You remind me of someone I know.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Where's your family now?
My parents have passed, and I have no other family, not married. It's actually a scandal, but that's how I got this far. None of the ministers wanted to stay because they had families. This project was actually my idea. The last thing I'll leave for Singapore.
That's very noble of you.
I don't think the rest would agree. Actually, why don't you contribute to the S machine? We could use some foreign talent. We're thinking of what Singapore's show should be.
But I'm not from Singapore.
Well, some people say Singapore doesn't even exist anymore.
Everyone, wake up! Time to eat! Miss Lulu, wake up! Don't always sleep! Eat to good night is good breakfast. Miss Anthea, I prepared special meal for you. I know your people's special diet. Halal, don't worry.
Thank you, Uncle. I'm actually Catholic.
Same lah. Miss waiting. Work. Don't always work. Later body spoil. Must eat. Miss Minister, here you go.
Since we're all here, I'd like to officially announce that Anthea will be joining us in building the S machine.
I'm not sure if I should say this, but does she have anything to contribute to Singapore soul? I mean, she's foreigner, right?
No, Uncle, this is exactly what I've been saying about inclusivity. You can't just shut people out because they're different.
I'm not saying she's different, just not one of us.
But she's been here for many years, so why don't we just listen to what she has to say?
Singapore has given so much for me and my family. For a very long time, my parents had to worry about supporting all of us through our education. Money was always a problem. But now, they're so much happier because I have a steady income from working in Singapore. I think that as long as you have valuable skills and you're willing to work, then you'll be able to see the benefits and opportunities that Singapore can give you, even if you're not Singaporean.
Yeah, Singapore should give us opportunities to be who we really are.
Opportunities like earning money and finding a job.
Jobs that allow us to express our deepest desires.
No, that's not what I meant.
Also,
I,
you think...
Wait! Let her finish.
I think the soul of Singapore lies in the endless opportunities and possibilities that it can give everyone, so that we can all create a better lives for ourselves and our families.
That was very beautifully said, Anthea. Waiting, make sure you take everything down. Singapore is the land of opportunities, regardless of race, language, or religion.
Yeah, okay. Since you're sharing fresh ideas, Wei Ting, why don't you put your ideas on the arts?
What do you mean? It's already in. No, it's not. Art needs to be real in a society that runs on lies. The more you try to tell art what to do, the more it makes itself into something that mocks you. It needs to be real. It won't mock us if it's not there in the first place. Maybe now is a good time to put in IMDA. Yeah, why don't we just add in Operation Spectrum while we're at it?
Operation Spectrum, good! Anti-communist, jail all the communists! Chicka boom!
Uncle, that's not actually what Operation Spectrum is about. It's more about... Right. Enough arguing. So get back to work.
So, I guess we are done.
Yep, I've put everyone's ideas in. No compromises, no more deleting. The AI should be able to determine what Singapore soul is. Will that work? We can only hope for the best.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
What are you praying for?
I'm trying to go to heaven.
You all believe that how you look now when you die is how you'll look for the rest of the afterlife for all eternity?
Better safe than sorry. It's been a while since I last called with my Lao Po.
I wonder if anyone would remember us.
I'm sure I remember you for being an asshole.
Well, we all were in some way or another.
Cheers, I'll drink to that.
Ruru, when we die, don't follow me. I don't want to deal with you in the afterlife.
Aw, that's okay. I don't want to go where you're going.
Based on the destruction all of you caused, I'll see you all down below.
You know, I don't think I need to be remembered by anyone except... Oh, my CPF!
My family won't even know if I'm dead or alive.
It's okay. Maybe I can help you write a missing persons report card. Mr. Policeman!
Papa.
I'm looking for a young Filipino lady.
Uncle, that's enough. Look, Antia's right next to you.
Antia! Antia! I was looking for you. You are missing. When were you gone?
6 days, 78 hours, 50 minutes. Uncle, your heart rate is 200/10. 50 beats per minute. Your lungs don't look good today.
50 beats? Well, don't beat me, but if you must do it with a belt.
The weather is so hot today. I don't think I've seen a sun this bright before. Joanne, did you remember to bring some sunblock?
Of course, Erica, baby. I know I'm not supposed to look good without Victor, but your dress looks beautiful.
Ooh, do we have a newcomer with us today? Hi, Erica. Nice to meet you. Let me read you a welcome poem. Roses are blue, violets are yellow. I just wanted to say hello.
Lao Po! You are always so poetic when you sing your favorite song.
Music? I'm performing tonight. Is that a show? Yes, 7 p.m. for our minister VIPs. What song? Let's watch.
Look! People are coming for us. They're coming in flocks.
Wow, I didn't know they could build roads so quickly.
Look at how the river snakes through the city. And those little boats look like flecks on the water.
And all the flowers bloom free.
Ice cream! Ice cream for everyone! Huh? Mint choco? Sorry, no such flavor. Uncle don't sell toothpaste.
Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you all made it here safely. I'm Joanne Lee, Prime Minister of Singapore, presenting to you the soul of Singapore.